The world is in chaos and crisis today. We must raise our concerns as a voter to our representatives and ensure our voices are heard by them. We cannot accept the status quo as we all strive for a peaceful world for ourselves and for our children. We are not just here to support you with door knocking, distributing flyers, and attending meetings. You have a crucial responsibility to support us by making such policies and programs that ensure the safety and well-being of us and our children. I have a few points to talk about here. Number one, common citizens, regardless of religion, whether Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Hindu, or otherwise, they are good people. They are busy, struggling, and working hard to support their families and provide a good education for their children. However, a very few small group of individuals, greedy politicians, corporates, they manipulate things, divide us, divide common citizens for power and profit. I'm sure we all understand and agree on this. Number two, responding to violence with more violence will never bring an end to conflict. It only leads to further destruction and loss of life. Gandhi's principle of nonviolence is the only way to preserve the world and civilization, which is why he is honored and respected globally. It is liberalism and generosity that can save society and not right-wing extremism. Number three, one man, Netanyahu, has been responsible for the death of over 45,000 innocent citizens, people in Gaza, more than half of whom were children and women, dehumanizing them by referring them as insects and animals, all in today's so-called civilized and educated world. Let's not confuse with the idea of common Jewish citizens wanting this genocide. This was the action of a single or a handful of individuals trying to clinch to power, especially in the face of protest against him. Talking about Netanyahu, against Netanyahu in his own country. He successfully diverted attention and rewrote the narrative at the cost of thousands of innocent lives. Human suffering is unimaginable, and the visuals alone can leave anyone sleepless for weeks. Number four, we all know Israel is renowned for its intelligence and advanced technologies, evident in the recent precision strikes on Hamas and Hezbollah leaders using tools as simple as pagers, mobile phones, and even solar panels. Yet, despite Gaza being tightly monitored, often described as an open jail under constant Israeli military surveillance, Hamas was able to prepare for months to attack from right next door. How could Israel, with such sophisticated capabilities, not know? That's the question. It raises the question, did Netanyahu know and allow it to happen? Or did a select few leaders, conspirators on both sides, orchestrate it as a diversion from core issues and the protest Netanyahu was facing in his own country? Number five, in all of this, the big brother, the United States, a world leader, watches in silence. Joe Biden, along with a select few, continues to support Netanyahu with billions of dollars and high-tech weaponry, leading to the killing of innocent people. The US faces a heavy criticism from the global community. Biden's actions make a mockery of America's stance on democracy and human rights, as we have not seen any genuine effort from the US to engage in meaningful negotiations or promote peace talks with Middle East and allies. This clearly reveals a different agenda, and it's evident that the approach lacks honesty. Number six, Netanyahu is blatantly violating international war laws, targeting UN peacekeepers, human rights workers, and relief personnel, bombing even the dead in the name of combating terrorism. In reality, it's a case of bigger terrorism eliminating smaller ones. Meanwhile, the big brother, the US, remains inactive, silently supporting these inhumane acts for over a year. Joe Biden's inaction is turning the US into a global mockery, eroding its respect on the international stage. Number seven, we must take it clear to our representatives, we all support you if you support us and our children. They should not take our backing for granted. Many of us are working hard for them, but it's naive to think that what happens in another country won't affect us here. This mindset shows a lack of political awareness. Even though we might believe as we are engaged in politics, it's time to act with foresight. Number 8. Radical thoughts, violence, and right-wing attitudes never bring peace. One day our children will ask what we were doing while all this were happening, and we will feel ashamed if we stay silent. So speak up and let them know that we don't support their stance. It's time to demand peace for the world. Once again, let's remember that common citizens, regardless of their religion, are inherently good people. It's always a handful of individuals, politicians and caucus, who fuel conflict for power and profit. Our fight should be against them, not among ourselves. Keep that in mind and don't let it be forgotten. We must raise our concerns and ensure our voices are heard by our government representatives to communicate to the top. We all want a peaceful world for our children. Thank you.